Right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Good morning, Corey Devon Brown, 351-227.
Right, Corey, my name is Brennan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Pete Freeman and Mr. Alvin Roche will be your panel. We'll be doing a parole interview, ask some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes,
And we have some people here that will speak at the appropriate time. We have Carrie Myers, we have Norris Henderson, Nicole Brown, and then in opposition, we have Mary Fleming, Mia Ford, and Lynn Whitaker. We'll all be able to speak at the appropriate times. Thank y'all for being here. Corey Brown, DOC number 351-227, first class offender. Parole eligibility date 3/24/2023, good time 2/23/2043, full term 8/23/2092, second degree murder, 99-year sentence with commutation of sentence. Does that sound correct?
yes, sir.
Would you please answer Mr. Freeman's question?
Okay, Mr. Brown, how long have you been in jail on this charge?
Little over 30 years.
Okay, and what is your educational level?
I have a high school diploma and I completed HVAC trade.
Okay, tell me a little bit about what happened. Tell me what went on.
Mr. Whitaker and I had argument about some money, and we got into an argument in a fight, and I shot him one time and killed him. I didn't want to kill him.
Repeat that last part, please.
He died from the gunshot wound, and I didn't want to kill him. I didn't want to be involved in it.
Didn't want to be involved.
Yes, sir. When me and Mr. Whitaker got into an argument about the money, we got into a heated argument that ensued into a fight.
Correct.
And the fight caused me to pull out a gun and shot him one time and kill him.
Okay. What would you say to his family if you had a chance to talk to him?
I really am remorseful for what I've done, and I'm sorry that I hurt anybody in the family or even Gregory, because we grew up together as little kids, as friends growing up in the neighborhood, and I really didn't want that to happen between us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt anybody that was affected by this.
Okay, what were you on any drugs or alcohol?
No, sir. Didn't use drugs or alcohol.
Okay, have you ever used drugs or alcohol?
As a younger teenager, I smoked weed, but it was like on weekends. It wasn't an everyday thing.
All right, you ever took any kind of classes dealing
Yes,
with
sir.
that?
Yes, sir. I took NAA and substance abuse. I took all that. It's in my jacket.
Okay. Looking at law enforcement and community attitude, the judge didn't make a comment. District attorney didn't make a comment. Sheriff didn't make a comment. The chief is opposed, Sean Ferguson. Unopposed is Nicole Brown, your spouse. Are y'all still married?
Yes, sir.
Y'all kind of went apart and got back together, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all got back together since you've been in prison?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The victim, the brothers opposed. And also the sister, Ms. Karen Whitaker, is opposed. And she says she really doesn't care what happened, but she wants to know if you were released. So it's mainly just the brother that's opposed. And Mary Fleming. Mother's opposed. The other sister is opposed. So, I mean, basically, all of the family is opposed except for Miss Karen Whitaker. What kind of classes have you taken since you've been in?
Since I've been incarcerated,
Yes,
I've
sir.
taken substance abuse classes. I've been through anger management classes. I've been through NA classes. I've been through. I got my high school diploma. I got 5 certification in HVAC.
Okay,
I've been through victim awareness, everything.
okay. What class you got the most out of?
I got the most out of anger management and victim awareness.
What did you learn from those 2 classes?
Well, I try to put myself in the victim's shoes and wonder how would I would think about that situation and what would I do in that situation if I was that person.
Okay, what would you do if you were put in that situation again?
If I was put in that situation again, I would turn my back to it. I wouldn't even be the aggressive in that place, because being aggressive ain't gonna do nothing but hurt you or your family, and everybody else that's involved. And I don't want to hurt anybody else anymore.
What could be your transition plan if we were to let you go?
But
Where
right
you-
now I have
where you go work?
right now I have a job waiting for me at AccuTemp in Baton Rouge, doing HVAC work, and I have a family member that's my aunt. She's gonna live with her in New Orleans and let me use her vehicle to get back and forth to work.
Okay, where does your mom live?
My mom passed away. It's my aunt that lives in New Orleans.
Okay. Is that in the same neighborhood that this event happened?
Oh, no, sir.
What about write-ups? Have you had any write-ups?
I haven't had a write-up since 2009, I think it was.
Okay, that's what the records show. What kind of community service have you done since you've been in prison? You
Well,
belonged to
I
any
worked for-
clubs and stuff, or helped out around the
Yes.
prison?
Yes, sir. When I was in Angola, I helped with the program reentry that's in Angola, and try to help some of those youngsters get on the right path and not let them be the path that I was led to. And then outside of that, I volunteered to work in the kitchen in Angola, and I became a very good baker. And that's one of the jobs that I do here. And whenever the officer here need anything done, I volunteer to help them do the work around here.
You're currently in the state police barrack?
Am I tired of being at State Police Barrack? Oh,
No.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
5.5 years in 2018 in March.
Have y'all had any problems with him over there?
No, sir. Mr. Brown has been very consistent, very helpful. I will say, being here, I think it's been a blessing for him. I noticed when he was in the kitchen working, he would also be studying and reading in his downtime. When he was in between work at his regular job, he was always doing something to improve and better himself. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity for him.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay, Mr. Russia would like to make a statement.
Mr. Brown, I'm just gonna put some information in the record. Mr. Brown, you are for parole because you had a party hearing in April of last year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And by a vote of 5-0, you were granted recommendation, and that recommendation was signed by Governor John Bell Edwards on March 24th, 2023. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So basically, that office revetted and reviewed the information that we sent, and based upon favorable recommendation by the state police barracks, an impressive history of community service while in prison, good conduct. Last disciplinary write-up was in 2009. You have an excellent transition plan and disciplinary history. Your work evaluations are all excellent. So basically, you have been awarded this commutation of sentence because of your excellent prison record. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kelson?
All right, we're here for Mr. Kerry Myers.
Yeah, good morning, Kerry Myers, Louisiana Parole Project, here for Mr. Corey Brown. Corey was 18 when he committed this crime. That's above the legal age, he's a juvenile. We all know what the brain science says. He made a serious error in judging. He got into an argument with a friend. And you can tell by his sincerity here today that he's lived with that regret for the last 30 years. But during those 30 years, he's done something with his life. He does have a certification in HVAC. He's SPARCLA certified. He's EPA certified. He's taken anger management, living in balance 1 and 2, victim awareness. He's completed 100 hours. He's volunteered at the barracks. Just, it's the reason he was granted a recommendation, and it's the reason that to be embedded again by the governor's staff that the governor signed. So we think that the Brown had suited the success of anyone we've ever seen, and we would just have the board grant as parole today.
Hey, thank you. We're here for Mr. Norris Henderson.
Good morning again. Yes, I've been knowing Corey since when he first showed up. He was a young kid, a lot of testosterone. And one of the things I would always, and Corey played ball for me. I was his football coach. And I would always tell him, man, hey, don't serve time, let time serve you. And Corey took advantage of that. He'd done everything that he could as a young kid. And, with a life sentence, he went to school, got a viable skill in HVAC that he can use if he's released. He's become an excellent baker. And I've been here from day one. I made a commitment to him over 30 years ago that, if you get yourself together, I'll be here in the end. Our organization, Voice Experience, is willing to support Corey in every way we can to help him for his employment, help him get housing. We are part of 2 transitional houses that we've created along with Kerry and them in Baton Rouge with the Parole Project. And so to the extent that he needs any wraparound services, we're here to help and support him. And if there's any restrictions that this board, in the event he makes parole, puts on him, I would, just like when I was his coach, making him do the necessary things he had to do to exist inside that environment. I'm willing to do the same thing. If we have to go to classes, if we have to make appointments and stuff, I'm willing to go the rest of the way with him to see that those things happen.
All right, thank you. All right, we're here for Ms. Nicole Brown now.
Good morning. Okay, so I'm actually, Corey and I have been together since, we've been friends since 5 years old. And we've been married for almost 24 years. We had a little brief hiatus. And of course, I returned back because, you can walk away, but love usually calls you back in. And I'm just praying for the opportunity for Corey to come home and get to spend some time with my son and his grandkids. And the last time we came up to the board, the pardon board, the time before this, we were denied, and we immediately looked at each other and just, we cried, and then we prayed for the victim's family, because there's nothing you can do once you've taken a life. One of the things I know is that my husband on April 9th, it was tough. It was always tough for him dealing with that. If you're a person that has any type of remorse in you, you're gonna grieve the loss of the life you've taken, especially on the anniversary date. So, we extend condolences even now to the family who are still hurting from the loss. But, we've been proactive in making sure we did everything we had to do to try and make Corey presentable to be an asset once he's released, living a life that's going to be conducive to, evoking positive change out here, not just a selfish lifestyle. I'm actually going to be moving into a new place on Friday. So I don't know. I know he loves his aunt, but he's not going to be there for long. If I have anything to say about it. And we just pray that you guys extend us the opportunity. And again, our condolences to the family who's still grieving. We understand that. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're here from Miss Mary Fleming.
Thank you. Good morning. I am pleased to hear of Corey's 30-year progress. I'm pleased to hear that he's went through these classes, anger management, and that he had Mr. Henderson in his life. Unfortunately, I wish Mr. Henderson would have been there before the loss of my beloved brother, Gregory Whitaker. I'm opposed to Corey being released because I lost a loved one too. Love doesn't end. I agree with Nicole. Love doesn't end. And I grieve for my brother every day. You're saying you think of us on the anniversary date. I don't have the anniversary date. It has been removed. And no matter how many times someone tell me, it will disappear again because of that painful day. I cannot go back to that day. Gregory never had the opportunity to take HVAC classes, to play football, to get married, to have children or grandchildren. So my vote, my wish is that no, at this point, I do not have the remorse to say, let him out. Let him continue to live his life because my beloved brother never had that opportunity. Corey had been 18, but guess what? In the eyes of the law, from what I understand, 18 is an adult, not a juvenile. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your comment. All right, Miss Mia Ford, you here?
It looks like she's not.
Okay, and we're here for Miss Lynn Whitaker.
Hello?
Hello,
Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, my name is Lynn Whitaker. And I'm Gregory Whitaker's sister. I'm speaking from my heart. Corey, for number one, he's lying. It was premeditated murder. He sat on the porch and waited for my brother to come home. And he shot him. And they were friends. Corey would come to our house, sleep, and eat. And Nicole, can you tell me what was the
No,
anniversary
you
date that he
speak-
killed my
speak-
brother?
No, ma'am, you need to speak to the board only. Just speak. You can only
Yes.
speak. to us only.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I would like to know what was the anniversary date of my little brother's death.
Just speak to the
I
board.
know it. But I don't want Corey to get out. He can't. My little brother been dead for over 40 years. He ran, like I said, it was premeditated. And he didn't have a chance to have kids. He didn't have a chance to see his nieces and nephews. And the answer for me is no. I can't speak no more.
All right, yes,
All right,
ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Mia Ford, Mia, would you like to make a statement, Mia?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
We can.
Hi, so my name is Mia Ford. Good morning, guys. I'm opposed. I've been hearing time mentioned over and over and over again. I was 8 years old when my uncle was killed. And I don't think I'll ever forget that day. So thank you guys for the condolences. But I'm opposed.
All right.
I will never know if he would have gotten married, if he would have had kids, what would his profession be? That murder changed a lot of family members and it changed my family forever. forever. So I'm opposed because he doesn't have any more time. Corey took his time. And so while he's completing HVAC and learning how to bake and doing all these programs, it's good, but he still has time. And so I think for the rest of his life, he should have the time to sit and think about what he did. Because every day we live with it. Like I said, I was 8. And every day I still grieve.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for your comment. So sorry. All right, Corey, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir. I wrote it down. Can I read it off the paper?
Yeah.
First, I want to thank the board for giving me this opportunity. I also want to say how deeply sorry I am to the victim's family. I take full responsibility for my actions. Taking someone's life wasn't the right thing to do. And I'm sorry. I live with this death of Mr. Whitaker every day of my rest of my life. Ever since my incarceration, I've been involved in rehabilitating myself, like anger management, living in balance classes, 100-hour victim awareness class. I've even achieved my high school diploma. I also graduated from trade school, achieving my HVAC trade EPA university certification. And I'm currently living at the Louisiana State Police Barracks as a statewide trustee. Everything that I've accomplished during my years of incarceration was done to make me a better person. I believe that I can be an asset to society, and I pray that the board will give me a second chance by granting me his parole. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment. All right, is the panel prepared to vote?
Yes.
Mr. Pete Freeman.
Okay, I understand. Well, I can't say I understand because it hasn't happened to me, but the family is still suffering from this event. It's quite obviously in listening to them talk. And you did kill one of your friends, you know. It was over money and it got heated and someone's life was taken, which is, that's just a shame that someone's life was taken over an argument, especially a friend of yours. But you've done everything you can in prison. I don't think there's nothing left to offer you. So my vote today is going to be to grant with the special condition that you have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and no contact with the family.
Mr. Roche.
Mr. Brown, good morning. My vote is the same to grant with the same conditions, but I'm going to add one more condition, that you do community service 4 hours a month.
Right, you have 2 minutes to grant your parole. Again, thank the victim for being here. Thank everybody for being here. It's a difficult case. They're all difficult. It's a tough situation. I'm going to vote with my colleagues. I would like to grant your parole. The curfew from 9 p to 6 a. No contact with victims. 4 hours of community service per month. And that's my vote. 3 votes to grant your parole. Today your parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you.